aspera, which is the posterior border. It is rough and it presents two lips. That is the lateral lip, medial lip and the intermediate area. Lateral lip above, lateral and medial lip above diverges as well as the below it diverges. Lateral lip above diverges to form the gluteal line and below diverges to form the lateral supracondylar ridge. Medial lip of linea aspera above diverges to form the spiral line or pectineal line and below diverges to form the medial supracondylar ridge. This divergence lip of the linea aspera, that is the lateral lip, medial lip and the intermediate area, there is attachment of intermuscular septum. This is the yellow one is the medial intermuscular septum as it lies medially. This green one is the lateral intermuscular septum, and in the intermediate area this is posterior, black one is the posterior intermuscular septum. In between the medial and the posterior there lies adductor compartment. In between the posterior and the lateral intermuscular septum there lies the hamstring compartment, and in between the medial and the lateral intermuscular septum this is the anterior compartment. So the anterior compartment give attachment to vastus medialis, vastus intermedius and the vastus lateralis. In between the posterior intermuscular septum and the lateral intermuscular septum, this is the hamstring compartment. It gives passage to the hamstring muscles, not attached, giving way to the hamstring muscles. But one of the brother, that is the short head of biceps femoris, brother of long head, it is attached over along the lateral lip of linea aspera. In between the posterior and the lateral intermuscular septum, in the hamstring compartment there is only one muscle, that is the short head of biceps femoris. And in between the medial intermuscular septum and the posterior intermuscular septum, this is the adductor compartment. It gives attachment to adductor brevis along the medial lip of linea aspera, and this is the spiral line. Okay, this is a spiral line on the medial aspect. It diverges to form the spiral line. So along the spiral line, this is the adductor brevis as well as the medial lip of linea aspera, half of the medial lip of linea aspera. In between these two septum, adductor brevis, and then below there is attachment of adductor longus, even in between these two, as this is the adductor compartment above adductor brevis up to half of the linea aspera, and below there is adductor longus, lower half of the linea aspera along the medial lip of linea aspera, in between these two septum. Okay. Now even lateral to the adductor brevis and adductor longus, in between these two septum there is adductor magnus. Adductor magnus lies lateral to the adductor brevis. Then here along the medial lip of the linea aspera, in between these two septum, and then medial supracondylar ridge. Whole of this up to the adductor tubercle. Adductor tubercle, as we all know that the adductor magnus has got two heads. adductor head and the ischial head, ischial or hamstring head. Adductor head, it is attached over here, up to here, and the ischial or hamstring head is attached to the adductor tubercle. In between these two heads, there is a gap which is known as adductor gap, which give passage to femoral vessel, and after coming onto the popliteal surface, this femoral vessel known as popliteal vessel. This adductor gap is nothing but the fifth osteoaponeurotic opening of the adductor magnus muscle, through which femoral vessel enter and renamed as popliteal vessel. Okay. So these are the attachment over the linea aspera, that is from lateral to medial. Often asked in the exam that what is the attachment over the linea aspera. It is from lateral to medial. First vastus intermedius, then vastus lateralis, then comes lateral intermuscular septum, then short head of biceps femoris, then posterior intermuscular septum, then comes adductor brevis. First come adductor magnus, then adductor brevis and adductor longus, then medial intermuscular septum, and then vastus medialis. Okay. These are the arrangements.